Hello guys, welcome back to the news. In a recent development, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party in Warri North local government area, Mr. David Odeli, instituted that the recent arrest of the former Delta State Governor, Dr. Okowa, by the Economic and the Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) might be an act of political victimization. Odeli characterized the arrest of the 2023 PDP vice presidential candidate as an example of selective regional justice. Now guys, there have been a lot of questions regarding the EFCC's actions by stating the absence of petitions against other former governors. The likes of the immediate past governor, Nyesom Wike, who is now the minister of the FCT. How about the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello? Is it only the former governors of PDP-controlled states that are being accused of looting state treasuries? There have been questions. The PDP chieftain of Warri North emphasized that the current political climate indicated a worrying trend where political tools were being employed to target perceived adversaries and to undermine opposition parties. He warned that such practice could lead to Nigeria's democracy down a negative path, comprising its integrity and stability. Odeli remarked that the EFCC should not be utilized as an instrument to dismantle the democratic gains that have been achieved over time. Because if the EFCC is being used to destroy our hard-earned democracy, then it would be a disaster for our Nigerian justice system. So, the EFCC should not be used to winch hunt political opponents because the greatest access to progressive governance is the rule of law, and Nigeria should work for everyone, not region or political parties. My country people, there's been a trend which is quite obvious to many. Now, we got reports of Okowa's arrest by the EFCC. The EFCC, it was said that the EFCC arrested Okowa, the former governor of Delta State, on Monday over an alleged division of a 1.3 trillion naira diversion fund. And this 1.3 amounted to a 13% diversion fund from the Federation's account between 2015 and 2023. According to sources, Okowa was at the EFCC's office in Port Harcourt and was subsequently arrested by the officials of the commission. And it was later said that he was invited to the EFCC's office to clear himself of these charges. He was also accused of failing to render accounts of the funds as well as another 40 billion naira he allegedly claimed he used to acquire shares in the UTM floating liquefied natural gas. And it was also said he allegedly bought shares of 40 billion in one of the major banks in the country. So my country people, he was being held at the EFCC's facility in Port Harcourt and he stayed till the next day. Although it was said that he has been released by the EFCC. But then, there have been a lot of questions regarding his arrest. PDP chieftains are raising alarm that this is an attempt to silence opposition voices, most especially the PDP in Delta State that have condemned the arrest of their former governor Okowa, calling it a political witch hunt, whereby some PDP leaders tagged his arrest as illegal detention because it seems that the EFCC's act was more like an act of a political witch hunt. So, they've noted that Okowa, as the former governor of Delta State, stood for equity and managed the finances of the state prudently. And they also noted that the EFCC's arrest was orchestrated by political adversaries whose aim is to silence him ahead of the 2027 elections. And as elections approach, political actors often fabric allegations against their perceived opponents. So there have been a lot of questions. How come Okowa left office nearly 2 years ago? How come these unfounded embezzlement allegations are surfacing now? Is this a strategy by the opposition parties, both at the state level and the national level, to witch hunt and destabilize the Delta State PDP, and to clear a path for their own? So these are questions being raised. Now, they've been warning that the EFCC must operate within the bounds of the law, and any attempt to twist the law to humiliate and intimidate opposition party leaders will be resisted, and it must be resisted. Now, there have been calls for the arrest of Yahaya Bello, who have been evading arrest on several occasions and has refused to arraign himself in court and has refused to appear in court for arraignment. So why are the EFCC always chasing ex-PDP governors and not ex-APC governors? How about Abdullahi Ganduje? How far have the EFCC gone in Abdullahi Ganduje's case? Look at how easily they've swept that case under the carpet. Good and fine. Nobody is above the law. But it is obvious that the EFCC is going on a path of selective justice rather than, focusing on everyone. Nobody is above the law, including APC chieftains and including APC ex-governors. How come they easily arrested Ifeanyi Okowa, but then Yahaya Bello is still declared wanted in this country and has refused to show up and has refused to appear in court for arraignment? But they could easily get hold of PDP ex-governors. How about the former governor of Taraba State that the EFCC got hold of last month? But Yahaya Bello is still nowhere to be found. Ganduje's case gradually has been swept under the carpet. How about Nyesom Wike? The EFCC have not called him for questioning regarding allegations of financial misappropriation or any corruption charges. Is it because he is a minister under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, therefore, all his corruption cases will be hidden? These are questions being raised by Nigerians and mostly by the PDP chieftain, because it's obvious and it is glaring that the EFCC is going on a path of selective justice rather than chasing after those that are being charged for one corruption cases or the other. It's obvious that they are mostly focused on PDP political leaders and PDP ex-governors rather than APC ex-governors. I'm dropping here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.